And welcome back to Solags. I'm so happy to record. Honestly, like I'm so much at peace. It just feels right. It just feels grounded and it just feels like a whole. So I think this episode will be just like a very quick update. Fingers crossed. Because quick always ends up being like 20-25 minutes. I mentioned that in one of my reels I posted in March, mid or end of March, where I'm like, a lot will happen in the next few weeks. And yeah, maybe that's just like a new chapter. And as I talked about the whole thing, why I'm here and like the visa situation in the last episode, I'm very happy and excited to tell you that this episode is about what came out of it and what that means for everything I'm going to do from now on. So yeah, basically, long story short, I got an email a few days ago and I got this email. The answer of like, how am I gonna go back to Montreal? When I received the email, I wasn't nervous. My heart wasn't racing. I was just like, okay, that's the mail. And that was like such a normal feeling. The email is there and now I know like the answer. But when I saw the email, I didn't open it. I just locked my phone and then I stood up and like started to get ready. And then I'm like, nah. Like I knew I'm going to open this email now or in 10 minutes. But I was like, no, I think I just need to open it now. Yeah, no. I know I need my time. Like I need my time. So I open it like not straight away, but like maybe like after 2 minutes. Not even. Like it was pretty quick. I just thought about it in my head and was like, yeah, no, fuck it. I'm going to open it. And I read the email and it was fine. I was fine. In the email, it said, oh yeah, unfortunately, we need someone right now. The visa process are making some issues on their ends. And yeah, that's okay. And also, like, as I'm not fluent in French, that would have been like an issue as well, which I get, but maybe for them, surely. But like I know for myself, give me 2 weeks and I'm back in the language, you know, like, and especially like in a cafe, like the vocabulary you use, you're not writing a bachelor degree. I know I can do it. I need the space to foster that I can do that, or like someone that gives me the opportunity or the chance to do it. Yes, I'm not fluent. I'm completely aware of it, but like I can take orders. I can tell people where they have to order. I mean, you know, it's like, yes, maybe it is a factor, but for me, it is not the biggest deal because I know I can do it. But that's me knowing myself. Like they don't know me and like they know their situation and they know their expectations, and that's completely fine. Like I respect that and it was okay. Like it is okay. And I read this message and the email, and it was, to be fair, it was a really, really nice email. Straight away, I was writing back saying like, oh yeah, no, honestly, like I completely understand. Don't worry about that. Thank you so much for for the opportunity. I'm more than happy to keep in touch if anything comes up at some point. Oh, my foot. Ah! I hope this looks okay because I have a fucking cramp in in my leg, so I can't continue sitting like this. That's a bit shit, but I don't want to look like an ashtray, to be honest. I don't know, do I? And then I told my mum I probably wouldn't have told her straight away. It was important for me, for her, to know why I'm gonna be very, very quiet today. I don't expect anyone to know how to act because normally I tell people only when I'm okay with it, when I don't need someone to tell me some things. So yeah, she was just like, and I was like, don't worry about it. I just wanted to let you know because now I'm gonna be very quiet today. I'm gonna be very quiet today and I'm gonna process that. Because obviously, like, I read the email and everything was fine, and I sent the email and everything was fine, and it was still fine. It's just that I give myself the space and the time to actually let it sit with me and to like actually realize it. I knew I realized it, but like still, I was like, I need to give myself the space to figure it out. What does that mean? Like, I know what it means, but like, you know what I'm gonna do next, you know, like all the steps, everything you have to think of. Yeah, and like that was fine. Like, she left me alone for the rest of the day, but I had like I catched up with my therapist, and I think maybe she was like the right person on this stage, but I still had, I think, 3 hours until we wanted to catch up, or 2, I'm not sure, around that time. So I set a timer, and I was sitting on the couch, and then I just laid down on the couch. Just for your imagination, the couch is basically in front of me, but a bit to the right. So because the thing I'm sitting on is like very long. It's just like until the end of the room, and then the couch is basically just like next to it. So I was laying down, and I was just like staring into like out of this window and this window. I was just like staring in the sky, which I love. Like that, honestly, that's my therapy. And I just like I wasn't listening to music. I just put my my earplugs in, because really I just needed quietness. I just needed peace. So I couldn't hear anything, and then I was just laying there, and I was just like thinking about it, but like very, very soft, if that makes sense. You know, my brain was very calm, so the thoughts were really, really soft. So, and the first thing I started collecting or like seeing were the good things. I was like, God bless, I did my taxes. Like, I think that was the first thing I thought. And then I was like, I'm so lucky that that we are in April right now and not October. So if I come back now here, back to Germany, it will be summer and not winter. And then I thought we would need to move out by the end of June. That's like about the living situation back in Montreal with this one flatmate. But we would need to move out. So I was like, okay, great. So I don't have to do that anymore. And then I was like, okay, so then I have to cancel my gym membership. And then, like, you know, like I was already sorting and collecting like the good things, the good parts I see in this decision, and solution orientated in terms of like situations or things I have to sort out. So it was actually not that bad, and I was like, honestly, that's great. Like, I'm gonna stay here for summer. We have a festival. We have so many festivals in summer in Germany, which is like great. I haven't been to many in Germany, but obviously like Australia, New Zealand, and in Canada. But I think like that's like the festival I always went to so far. I connect that with so much love and so much community. Everyone is there for the same thing, and you belong to something bigger. And like that was not always for granted when you were traveling alone. So I appreciate this one festival in particular very, very much. So I was like, oh, I'm glad. So I will be able to attend this festival. I will be able to help out at the festival. What I did last time I was here in 2024. So I already made some like small plans, and I was like, okay, great. I can like go back to the volunteer work with the people with disabilities, and like all the things I did last time I was here that made me leave with such a good feeling, because I knew I made the best of my time here. So I was like, perfect. I can return to all those things that made me happy and fulfilled me. And yeah, so I basically saw the good parts. But still, I still needed my time. My being was a bit, not off, but just like very, very quiet. Not disappointed, but just very observant, I would say. I'm in a situation where I don't need help or like words to feel better, because I was already at peace and okay with how it was and like with whatever will be decided, because my perspective was already positive and like looking forward to whatever will happen. And maybe that's exactly what needs to happen right now. Maybe that's exactly why I have to be right now, to be back here, to have time to write my book, to have time to like, I don't know, create new things. So I think that's basically about it. I came home around 5 and then I was like, I just want pizza. That was basically it. I went to bed very early, I think around 8 or 9, and then next day I woke up and everything was fine again. Step by step told my mum about my plan and what I had in mind, what I would do. And that's basically it, guys. That's basically it. Yeah, I know I will be fine. My mum and my therapist know I will be fine. And yeah, am I sad about it? I don't know. Again, I think I'm okay. Really. The only thing I thought about that yesterday, I was sitting in the sun next to the river and I was like, what will I miss from Montreal? I will miss the park where I was running. I will miss my location, that it was like so close to everything. I will miss the people, even though I don't know them. I will miss my routine, even though I can have the same routine here. I will miss the food, even though I have food here as well, but it just tastes different. And that's so funny because when you leave, you compare everything, like especially food, to what you know, and you're like, oh no, that tastes weird, that tastes different compared to what you know. And now everything I eat here tastes so different from how everything tastes in Canada. I will miss the events. I will miss the people and the vibe of this city because it let me feel so alive and so held. And what I had in mind last night was Australia felt like you can breathe. Australia felt like you open your arms and your chest and you feel the freedom and the wind and you hear the ocean. That's how Australia felt to me. New Zealand felt like it was gently holding me while I was just like floating around, not knowing where or what. And Canada felt like a hug. Canada felt like I've arrived. Even though when I look back, it was tough and it was hard, but from all and everything I've experienced, it felt like a hug. It felt like Canada is holding me in the being and like the person I am right now, the phase I'm going through right now. So yeah, of course, like in that sense, it is sad that I can't go back to work right now, but I also at the same time have the feeling that this chapter is not closed yet. This chapter is closed for now and earlier than I hoped. And even though I'm not a winter person, not at all, and even though I see myself more in Australia than in Canada, I feel like this chapter is not fully closed yet. And even if it is, and even if I don't see it yet, I know that it gave me such a great time. No, that's a lie. It gave me a pretty hard time, but it let me grow in such a way I haven't grown so far. Canada was like a change on a completely different level. I can't describe it, but I'm forever grateful that it happened in Canada. That's a gift just for itself. So yeah, that's it. I will go back to obviously pack the rest of my belongings and then I'll be back here fully for now. Pretty sure like I will write some text about it because I haven't written in like such a long time. I also felt like, yeah, Anna, maybe your working holiday visa chapter is closed now. I don't have any country to go to anymore on a working holiday visa. I mean, obviously Australia on a second, but like that's a different story. So I'm like, yeah, maybe it was time to close this chapter and to start a new one. Again, like I can't say often enough, I'm okay. Yeah, I haven't seen Europe. My sister expects a baby, so I will be more than happy to like fly down to Namibia to like visit my sister in winter, in European winter, to have like a bit of sun over there, to redo the travels I had planned 2 years ago, to do all the things I couldn't do last time. Yeah, I will be here probably, who knows. Not plan for now is to stay here to work, but fulfills me to have time to write my book. And yeah, I will see. We will see what this year is holding for me. My plans went a bit further. They included next year already as well. I was thinking to just like do my interrail through Europe to like see the other countries and the other capital cities, to get a feeling of like where could I imagine having a base in Europe, because obviously like it makes the most sense. I don't need a visa. Having a base, it's everything I wish for, but also obviously want to feel comfortable. I want to be able to call this place home, which I cannot with this place here. So yeah, I think it will be exciting, honestly. Yeah, maybe I will like, I don't know how this podcast will be, like what this podcast will turn into, but it's here. I already have like so many new projects in mind, so we will see. I think it will be very, very interesting, and I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this summer for sure, and I think to this whole year in general. So yeah, I think that will be my new setup for at least a while. So yeah, that was today's episode, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.